This is another one of those interesting things about this April 5th race for Milwaukee County Exec in particular. Any normal year, we would have been talking about this county exec's race for at least the last month and a half, 2 months. But that story in Madison, the budget repair bill story hit, and it sucked literally every other story into a black hole. So we now have this race between Abele and Jeff Stone, which should be so interesting and should be so nuanced by now and so clear in everybody's head by now, really just starting to get some attention again on talk radio and in the newspapers and on some of these other shows. A race that, due to the placement of the primary, was going to be a short race anyway. I remember talking to Jeff Stone after the primary saying you only have 2 months or so to try to solidify who you are in voters' minds. How are you going to pull that off? Well, that 2 months has now become 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks away from this election. And people are now starting to be reminded again, oh yeah, we got an election for county exec coming up. Oh yeah, we've got an election for the state Supreme Court coming up. We would have been talking about this Prosser race, I think, a lot more had the Madison story not occurred. And now, of course, the irony is the Madison story makes the Prosser race so much more important. But it really seems to me that I think that Jeff Stone has gotten shortchanged here, because certainly given 2 months to contrast himself with Abele, to tell the Abele story, that this guy is just sort of a trust fund baby slacker who doesn't care about his parking tickets, doesn't care about resolving an old DUI. It's pretty clear what a clunker Abele is in this instance. Given 2 months to make those contrasts, I think Jeff Stone would have easily won this race. Now I'm not so sure. Now I think it's a toss-up to maybe even leaning Abele. And Jeff Stone has this disadvantage now where rather than 2 months, he's got 2 weeks to try to close this deal.